folks, my name is Joyce Manalo. I'm a certified integrative nutrition health coach. Nice to meet y'all. Welcome to Kala Health and Wellness, where we make videos about prepping, cooking, plating, and eating plant-forward meals to help y'all with your healthful and mindful journey. This video today is a special edition in celebration of the Filipino Independence Day, and as a Filipino-American business owner, I wanted to come up with a menu that honors my country and my health. It was tough, but I did it, and I wanted to show that Filipino food can be healthful and it's not all about pork. And growing up here in the States has really helped me cultivate my curiosity for nutrition, so I wanted to combine the culture of my heritage and the country that I live in now. I hope that both my countries and my parents are proud, and also that this inspires y'all to try or cook Filipino food. Let's get into it and check out my grocery haul from the Asian supermarket. Here are the provisions for the week. For breakfast, we will be having sardines with warm brown rice, squeeze of lemon, a side salad of cucumbers and tomatoes. This tomato may look a little different to you, and that's probably because I grew this in my garden. And you can use any tomato that you like though, okay? And then we also have an alternate breakfast, which is a breakfast smoothie with banana, mango, and mango is huge in the Philippines, papaya, and pineapple. And then for lunch, we will have Monggo, made out of mung beans, bitter melon leaves, horseradish leaves, garlic, and onion. And Monggo is kind of like a lentil soup. Then for dinner, we have Pinakbet, made out of ampalaya. This is a bitter melon, long eggplant, okra, and long beans. Now, to keep this traditional, we will use pork belly, which is very ubiquitous in Filipino cuisine. And it's also important for us to have that in this particular dish because all these vegetables right here have fat-soluble vitamins that need fat so we can absorb them and use them in our bodies. And we will have this dish with brown rice instead of white rice. And we're feeling snacky? Okay, let's have some peanuts. Or we can have these green mangoes, which are different from this mango because this one's sweet. These are tart and firm, okay? And we'll top that off with my favorite Filipino condiment, always takes me back to my country. And this is called bagoong. And it is a shrimp paste that is very pungent, very unique flavor, very savory, and of the sea. In the Philippines, it's all right to have rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's not judge. Let's accept and make peace with it with brown rice instead of white rice. Another thing that's common to eat in the Philippines is fruit. So I'm showing you two breakfast options, one savory, one sweet. Let's get started. We'll be cutting pineapple, papaya, and mango for our tropical fruit salad. I definitely want y'all to learn how to cut all these gorgeous whole fruits into pieces, but in the essence of time, we've saved them for future videos. Check out how to cut pineapple Filipino style on our channel now. Here is the tropical fruit salad ready to have as a side, snack, dessert, or smoothie. Next up, our whole grain. Let's make our brown rice in an Instant Pot. Let's open it up. And we have equal parts of rice, which is 2 cups. And water, which is 2 cups. A 1-to-1 ratio. What I mean by that, this flow valve is down, which means no pressure. If it's up, then it's high pressure. To the left of it is the steam release handle. Set it to seal to stop steam from escaping. We'll be keeping the steam release handle sealed for the whole cooking time and only open after the float valve is down. Pressure cook manual, it's already on high pressure, and double check if the keep warm button is turned on. If it is, turn it off. Let's wait for 20 minutes and let it release its pressure naturally. The valve is down, so our rice is ready. Just open it up. And voila, our brown rice. Let's make our cucumber and tomato side salad for our breakfast plate. So first, let's grab a container. This is a 2.5 cup container. and we're going to use datu puti first. This is vinegar from the Philippines, made from sugarcane actually. And we'll take 2 tablespoons of that and start building our side salad. Okay, 2 tablespoons is 1/8 of a cup. Then we'll start just cutting up some onions. That is about 1/4 cup of onions. Okay, we'll put that on the bottom, give it a little shake in the vinegar. Put this guy away, hopefully it doesn't make me cry. Then let's work on our cucumbers. Cut them in semicircles. So these are Persian cucumbers, so they're a little smaller, but you can use any cucumber that you'd like. And we're looking for about 1 cup of cucumbers. Okay, that's about 1 cup. So just one of those cucumbers is plenty for us. And now we're going to cut 1 cup of tomatoes. So these would be skinny quarters. And that is 2 cups. This is our tomato cucumber salad. Our Filipino breakfast option 1, side salad of cucumber and tomatoes, brown rice, 1/2 cup of our tropical fruit salad made out of papaya, mangoes, and pineapple, and our sardines are right here. So we're going to portion it out. We'll start off with the rice. That's 1/2 cup of brown rice. And then 1/2 cup of our salad. Okay. And our 1/2 cup of our fruit is right there. So this makes half of our plate fruits and veg. And we're going to scoop out a few pieces of this beautiful sardines from the Philippines. Okay. 4 pieces is plenty, and we'll take a tablespoon of the oil. You can put that on the rice as well. And some lemon on the side. And there you go, a balanced Filipino breakfast. It's time to dive into this Filipino breakfast that's pretty balanced. Okay, we have our sardines. I'm having some sardines with the brown rice, the warm brown rice. I'm already salivating. The brown rice really gives a nice texture to the sardines because the sardines are usually mushy. And the brown rice is a little bit more structure. And it's good because it has that soluble and insoluble fiber that we need for our bowel movements. And it's really good to pair this with some cucumbers and tomato. It's perfectly balanced. There's not too much sour. If we do need a little bit more sour on our sardines, we can squeeze a little lemon on there. And traditionally we would use calamansi, but we don't have that. Okay, let's take another bite with the lemon on top. And tomato, and a cucumber, and an onion. That's the bite right there.
Magandang umaga, which means good morning, y'all. Our breakfast option number 2 is a tropical fruit smoothie. I know it's on the sweet side, but it doesn't mean that it's not nutritious. What makes this a balanced breakfast is the protein from our protein powder made out of peas and the almond milk, okay? And what protein does is it slows down the absorption of sugar into our bloodstream, which prevents the spike of blood sugar, okay? And this is really helpful for people who are at risk for diabetes or already have diabetes. And as far as our fruit, our mangoes have a lot of magnesium, and papaya and our banana has a lot of potassium. So that combination helps lower blood pressure. So good for the heart health. And then lastly, our pineapple is packed with vitamin C, helping us with our immune system and our energy. Let's blend it up.
Here are the ingredients for the tropical fruit smoothie. Half a cup of almond milk or plant milk of your choice, 1 serving of protein powder. I use organic protein, and that's 2 scoops. Half of banana, 1-inch nub of fresh ginger, a cup of our fruit salad made with mango, papaya, and pineapple. And I took a few pieces out for garnish, 4 pieces of ice cube, and lastly, this lemon is not going in our smoothie, but it is to help preserve the half of the banana so we can have it for the next day. All right, let's blend it up. First, let's start with our liquid almond milk. Then we'll add our powder. Ooh. Then our ginger. Then our banana. So we're gonna just cut that in half and squeeze some lemon on this top right here to preserve. Great. And let's wrap that with cellophane right here. And this will go into the freezer or the fridge. Then we'll add our fruit. Of course, the banana. Go. And let's add our ice. And we'll blend it up. All right. There's our smoothie. It smells delicious. And let's go ahead and pour. And add our garnish to this. Our pineapple. Mango. Our papaya. And let's grab another pineapple. And voila, our tropical fruit smoothie ready for the day. All right, y'all, let's give this smoothie a try. So pretty. Smells super fruity, tropical. It's really smooth. It's not too thick and not too liquidy. I don't taste the protein powder, maybe because I'm accustomed to it, but it's really good. It's really good temperature, and I love this little trio of fruits that we put up just to make things a little special in the morning. For lunch, we will make a vegan dish that provides a complete protein. And what that means is it has all the 9 essential amino acids. Thanks to the power couple, brown rice and beans. This dish satisfies our body's needs just in the same way that beef, chicken, or pork does. True story. Let's make lunch. Here are the ingredients for our vegan Monggo recipe. 6 cups of low sodium vegetable broth, 2 cups of medium sliced tomatoes. Now mine are cut about 1 inch in diameter and 1/2 inch thick. Yours doesn't have to be exactly like that, but just make sure it's not finely diced. However, the onions are finely diced, and I used a food processor for that because I didn't feel like crying today. We have a cup of Monggo or dry mung beans, and then our garlic puree or minced garlic, we're using a tablespoon of that. And lastly, we have these amazing bitter melon and horseradish leaves. These were sold frozen, so defrost them and drain them for this recipe. Heat the large pot to medium-high heat. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And go ahead and add your a tablespoon of garlic. Stir that up. Let's add 1 cup of mung beans. Stir that up. 6 cups of our vegetable broth. Stir that up, and we're going to get this to come to a boil and lower the heat to low heat. And we'll cover this for about 40 minutes. And we'll add our greens last and cook it for another 5 minutes. All right, that's 40 minutes. Let's stir our soup up. And our beans are now nice and soft. Lovely. And let's add our horseradish leaves. And bitter melon leaves. And stir that up. And let's let this cook down for another 5 minutes. All right, let's take a look at our soup. Oh, beautiful. Let's plate this lunch. 1/2 cup of brown rice down the middle right there. Okay, and we are going to do a lunch serving of our soup, which is 1.5 cups. We're just going to lay it around this beautiful island of rice. And eating beans with rice is actually very good for protein intake because it creates a complete protein where we have all 9 of the essential amino acids all in one bowl. And there you have it, our vegan Monggo with rice. All right, let's dive into this vegan Monggo soup for lunch. I love all the veggies that I'm seeing, and the Monggo is cooked perfectly. And actually I'm not missing the pork or the shrimp or even the patis, which is the fish sauce that we would use to add some salt to this. It actually tastes pretty close to what it would be traditionally, and I highly recommend this, and the salt is perfect. Don't need to add any salt. Next up, dinner. Pinakbet is one of my all-time favorite Filipino dishes because of its diverse cast of vegetables, and it reminds my taste buds of ratatouille. No joke. Yes, we're gonna be using pork belly, and this is a health and wellness channel, but pork is part of my heritage. And just because I'm a health coach doesn't mean I'm just gonna write that off. What I'm trying to say here is that it's important to continue to eat food from your culture in a sensible way. Let's make dinner. Here are the ingredients for pinakbet, which is a vegetable stew with some pork. We have long beans, tomatoes, onions that are diced with the food processor. Did the same thing with some garlic, so I have some minced or garlic puree on hand. Long eggplant, ampalaya, which is a bitter melon, some okra, kabocha squash, okay? Vegetable broth, and to keep it authentic, we're going to use pork belly, okay? This is half a pound. And lastly, bagoong. It's a shrimp paste. These vegetables have been lovingly washed, cleaned, prepped, and cut. As you can see, we have 3 types of squash. We have 1-inch pieces of long eggplant, 4 cups. 1-inch pieces of ampalaya, bitter melon, 2 cups. 1-inch pieces of kabocha squash or kalabasa, 4 cups. 1-inch pieces of our long beans, 2 cups. And 2 cups of diced tomatoes, 2 cups of intact okra. We're going to keep the tops on so we can keep the slime inside the pot. 1.5 tablespoons of garlic puree or minced garlic, and 1.5 cups of diced onions. Okay, we are going to cut this half-pound pork belly into 8 pieces. Now we got 8 chunks of pork belly, and just treat this as oversized lardon, okay? In a large pot, bring the temperature to medium-high heat. Add a tablespoon of olive oil just to get it started. We're going to brown our pork belly. What we're trying to do is render the fat from the pork belly to extract that flavor for this stew. It's been about 20 minutes of slowly browning and cooking these pork belly pieces, so they should be nice and golden brown and cooked through, okay? And we're going to put them aside. Add the onions, tomatoes. Cook it until the onions are soft and that the tomatoes are mushy. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, and yes, these tomatoes are nice and squishy. Okay, now we're ready to add our 1.5 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of bagoong, a shrimp paste, Filipino style. Stir that up. Now let's add our kabocha or kalabasa. And then let's add our 2 cups of vegetable broth. All right, it definitely looks like it is boiling. That's about 5 minutes. Let's stir that up, and I can feel that they're still a bit firm. And we don't want them to be too soft because we have other vegetables we are trying to stew here. Next, we'll add our bitter melon, our long beans, and stir that up. Next up, let's add our eggplants, and let's stir that up. Oh my gosh, look at these beautiful colors. The eggplants have a lot of water in them, so we are going to have more broth once these eggplants cook down. And we're going to place the okra right on top, so it kind of just gets steamed. All right, and we'll cover this for about 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. These okra is beautifully green, and yes, we have more broth from our eggplants and other vegetables. This is gorgeous. We can turn the heat down to off. And there you have it, Pinakbet. All right, it's time to plate our dinner. Let's take a cup of these beautiful vegetables. So this ladle is about half a cup, so that's how I know. And let's get some okra as well. A little bit more sauce, broth. So that's a cup of vegetables, half a cup of our whole grain rice, and lastly, 2 ounces of our crispy pork, and a side of bagoong. Here's our balanced Filipino dinner. Pinakbet with brown rice and 2 ounces of pork on the side. Alright y'all, kain na tayo, which means let's eat in Tagalog, which is my native language. And in the Philippines, we use a spoon and a fork, not chopsticks, to eat our meals. So I'm going to take little pieces of each vegetable that's here and put it on my spoon to get a bite. See if I can get most of it in there. Okay. So we have the eggplant, the squash, the bitter melon, long beans, and rice. Wow. I can't believe the vegetables are all cooked great. Oh, let's try this okra. It still has a nice crunch to it. It's not slimy at all. This is the way to go with cooking the okra in this dish, is definitely leave it for last and have it on top just to steam. And let's try some of this pork. Yeah, that'll do. I actually don't need a lot of this. I'm probably not even gonna eat the skin, but it's just perfect, just a little accent to this vegetable heavy meal. That wraps it up, folks. We made a beautiful spread of Filipino food. I hope your curiosity was piqued and that you're more open to trying it or cooking it in a more sensible way. Let me know in the comments below. Maraming salamat. Thank you so very much for watching this special edition all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and share. Hit the subscribe button to get updates on how to cut fruits and vegetables in this video. Remember, you deserve to be happy and healthy, so stay true to yourself and do you. Catch you at the next episode.